Over the years, I've encountered backpackers walking the length of Great Britain and always been inspired. I've decided now's the right time for me to have a go at this myself. This is my video log. Hope you enjoy. Good morning. It's just coming up to 7:30 and I'm heading down to the coast proper, and apart from this little bit where I'm walking north, I'll actually be walking south and west mostly today, which is the right direction, unlike the last day or two. So it's a top quality path down to the coast from about 1 kilometre north of Westacott farm. And that's me just rejoin the coast path and the view of the day ahead. Hartland Point, I think, or towards it at least. I think you might just make out Clovelly, which will break up today nicely for a lunch stop or something earlier perhaps. It's certainly one of, I've got a few big days left and this is one of them. Fair bit of up and down. I've barely done 2 miles and this has already been pretty tough. That's been a big feature of today already as well. So the new rain cover certainly going to get a test. Fuck's sake. The ground underfoot's pretty greasy as well. It's wet mud, so the mud claws are struggling a bit. These aren't all excuses. It's just how it is. So that's looking back towards Mort Point from the day before yesterday, and just behind it you can see where Wales disappears up northwards. The Bristol Channel ends at Mort Point, I believe. So we're out to the Atlantic, and Hartland Point is where the coast swings a lot more south and it really starts to narrow down towards Cornwall. A wee flat bit at last. Tell you what, I seem to be doing a lot of moaning this morning, don't I? I've only done 2.5 miles. It's not a good sign, is it? Gonna run out of things to moan about by the time we get to Clovelly. I do suspect this is a lesser used bit of path though, just from the condition of it. Plus we are getting a bit more remote as we head out towards Hartland. Probably no car parks around. Well, this post says we're 1/2 mile from a place called Peppercombe, so might be an excuse for a wee break. 2.5 miles to Bucks Mills. Turns out this is all that's at Peppercombe. Handy shelter though. This is close to a bothy I've seen for a while. Aye, no shops and cafes at Peppercombe, not even any condiments. So I'm going to have a break anyway. Try this Kendal mint cake, chocolate covered, that the guy gifted me. Well, he basically told me I'll get my rucksack cover half price if I bought it. Acts of kindness like that, like I finally managed to pay some kindness forward last night because there was a young couple clearly struggling to put up their tent because I could hear the shrieks and screams with the wind hammering it. You know, they didn't know how to tie guy ropes and stuff. I went and sorted it out. Feel good about that. Anyway, 2.5 miles to Bucks Mills it said, so. Well, the going's certainly gotten a bit easier since Peppercombe paths improved and the up and downs have calmed down. but it's by no means flat. I would just start moaning about that if it was. So I've been walking for 2.5 hours and I haven't met anyone. Well, pretty, but 100% residential, so 4.5 miles to Clovelly it is. That's been a very different day for me. Company for most of it, chatting with a chap, Adam, who's doing an amazing thing for charity, for a hospice, a cancer hospice. He started at John O'Groats, walked across to Cape Brath, came down, did the Scottish National Trail basically, Pennine Way, did the around Wales on the coast. He's averaging about 25 miles a day. He's going all the way around the southwest coast path and then continuing on and finishing at Buckingham Palace. Wow, that was cool. A really nice bloke as well. Obviously doing something like that for charity. Inspirational. What a start to the day. Walking down from the campsite now along their path. It's another lovely campsite at the farm. Got a nice communal area as well. Sofas and microwave, fridge. They usually have a shop as well, but Helen said to me she's getting the paper delivered in the morning, so if there's anything you need, let her know. There's another walker doing the same, so I managed to get my snacks for today from a walk down to Bude. So yeah, it's a good, as I say, good campsite. All the sort of backpackers are in a smaller field together, but it's quite nice and social in that regard. Been warned about today's walk has been a bit of a monster in terms of climbing. But, as I say, I've got a shorter day today, 16.5 miles I think to a B&B. The weather's lovely, so I'm fair looking forward to it. was chatting with a guy who's just starting out in long distance walking, and he was just so dejected and confessional. He's saying, I'm carrying 16 kilos and I've just way too much stuff. Like, I've got 3 cotton shirts. I don't get on with the technical clothing. It gets really smelly. I says to him, all the other walkers are really smelly. Don't worry about it. You have to get over that. In the technical clothing, you can always give a quick wash and it dries out rapidly. Even if it's still damp in the morning, you put it on, it will soon be as dry as it would be after 10 minutes walking and sweating anyway. Besides, if he could get his pack down to 10 kilos, I told him, like, the difference is huge. He's carrying more than half of that again, and he'll start enjoying himself. I did try my best to encourage him. So he's actually doing the same day as me, but he's getting someone to collect his bag just to give him that break, and he's going to sort all that out when he gets to Bude. Well, that's just under 6 miles done already. And the Snickers hasn't melted yet, so I'm having it now. So this little burn, well, it's a stream in England, isn't it? It's a big milestone because the final county of my journey. Whoa! I'm in Cornwall for the first time in my life. Real sense of achievement, because I walked here from Cape Wrath. So, chuffed, super chuffed. Yeah, I was definitely taking care in those steps. I don't want to screw it up now. Oh no. And here's a new view, looking ahead down the Cornish coast. I guess Bude must be around the corner under the greenery there. So this is the pattern of the day, really. You see some steps ahead, and then as you get closer and closer you realise you go further and further down. But some absolutely stunning scenery pays you back for it. So the ups and downs are definitely calming down as we approach Bude. Still about 5 miles, I think. So it's more like 5 kilometres, about 3 miles now. It's only after approaching Bude and seeing all the people on the beach and the campsites make me realise just how remote Heartland and Heartland Point is. update, leaving Bude behind now, heading up to this viewpoint. It's already pretty wide views. Film inland for a change. That's where we're heading. It's a much gentler topography. Oh, that's a big word for the morning, isn't it? Clearly. I think it does start to, the cliffs start to get higher again a little bit, but nothing like before. So got a bit of a surprise as I approached Bude yesterday, just about after 2 o'clock. I'm seeing someone wave at me. I think, I don't know anyone here. It was Adam. I managed to catch him back up, because yeah, he gets up pretty late and I start pretty early. I was just about to finish my day and he'd like just done about 6 miles of his 25-mile day, so it was quite cool. So we went to a cafe, because he tends to have a pot of tea and charges gadgets and stuff, and I just sat and had a few beers and chatted, so that was nice. I suspect the chances of that happening today are slim. There is a chance, but you know, he's obviously doing longer days. He should be pulling away more and more with time. So this is Widemouth Bay, about 2.5 miles from Bude, and there's a bench there, so I'm going to have a wee sit and ponder. Yeah, there's a handy laundrette in Bude, but I left it too late. It shuts at 5 and I've been too busy nattering with Adam. It's all good to hand wash the stuff. It's the 21st, Friday the 21st of July, which means about in a week's time, about now, I expect I'll be standing at Land's End, or at least walking a very short distance to it. Most of the walking finishes on Thursday, and then I think I've left myself 4 miles to dawdle along from the youth hostel. Forecasted to deteriorate, but mostly tomorrow. It's really rough. Double rain all day. Crackington Haven. Hopefully I can get a pint of water and a pint of beer and refill my water bottle too. Zigzags on this section. I think my calculation on distance is probably a bit of an underestimate. Well, the rain cover is tied on, I hope. That's some view, isn't it? today has proven to be a lot nicer than what I anticipated. When you drop down, come round the corner and look back at what you're walking over. Stunning, isn't it? This place is like a TARDIS. It looks tiny and then you come into it and it's huge. Just all too pretty. Handy wee convenience store there, which I found very convenient. I went in there and asked the lass, so how do you pronounce this place? She says Boscastle. So it's not Boscastle. She says, oh god no. She hears a lot of people calling Tintagel Tindigal. It's like the Cornish version of the Yorkshire Dales Wall. My turn off to Algebron, where I'm camping tonight. Up this glen. This is called Rocky Valley, not Rocky Glen. So leaving shortly after 7 AM and yeah, this is the day I've kind of been worrying about, because I saw the forecast. It's going to be 30 mile an hour headwind and double rain. It's not started yet. It's just a case of trying to keep positive and get on with it, keep smiling, get the tent up in the rain tonight, and only a few days left after that. Whilst I'm being all positive, I noticed that both my tent poles have got cracks in them. I can't help it, sorry. But at least I got my tent unpacked before the rain started. I went in the shop and decided, what do I need to make me less miserable today? Anyway, onwards to the coast we go. With this hood, it's not broken, it just won't stay on my head in a strong wind. Oh, this is going to be a fun day. I won't be filming much, I don't think. Yes, I've tied the rain cover on. Back to Cape Wrath style hood. Yeah, got a nice bit of shelter with this lump to my left here, but my pack's blown off twice already. It's tied on this time, lesson learned. Clearly not too many car parks nearby. Well, it looks like the cliffs are beginning to diminish ahead, so which I'm quite happy about, to be honest, because today is really just about getting the miles done, and I'm not seeing a lot, you know. Yeah, I'm just in survival mode, get it done today with this weather. Just feels like hopefully the final wee test, just so I feel like I've actually achieved something at the end, perhaps. Getting back into a bit of shelter. I was getting buffeted just coming down there and swearing a lot because I was sliding. I think I've not got too much further to go to get to Port Isaac, so definitely gonna have a coffee or something, so I'm quite happy with how I've done so far. That was good. Lovely coffee shop, Noah's, served by two very friendly, jovial women. I actually ordered 2 cappuccinos. It's that kind of day. Really needed that. It's a nice wee break. Lovely wee place, so that's Port Isaac. Today's feeling like some of the earlier days in Cape Wrath, when the weather was iffy. Only then I didn't have the option to stop in a lovely friendly coffee shop. The good thing is, at least on the climbs, of which there have been plenty, it's usually sheltered from the wind. Certainly been given a proper workout the last few days anyway, that's for sure. This mud is slidey. It's still beautiful though. Just met a nice family heading down to that beach with their surfboards and their wetsuits. Slightly more appropriately dressed for this weather than I am. It's not getting any better, is it? Well, this has probably saved me a couple of miles. See the coast path just ahead. Yeah, I'm wearing a thermal, a top, a jumper, a waterproof, my beanie and the hood. I'm still feeling cold. Maybe my waterproof isn't doing the job anymore, I don't know, but I do get cold easily. But oof, looking forward to getting warmed up and finishing for the day, to be honest. Well, actually I was feeling that way at the very start. Padstow. Well, the tent's up. I'm still shivering. Like, the waterproof's no longer waterproof, clearly. The ground, I'm sitting on a bum bag on top of the ground sheet. A bin bag, not a bum bag. Knackered. And just to give you an idea of what the ground's like, I mean, wherever you put your feet, it just bubbles up. Like a puddle there. So I'm going to have a coffee and then I'm going to take a run to the shops. Hopefully warm up after all of that. My fingers are so wet and tired I can't even open my bloody coffee sachet. And this is the problem I've got with the tent. It's way past its best. Water running in. I haven't even put pressure down in that corner.